Kabam give more details on the 5th anniversary celebrations, still no update on the Nick Fury Hill prevention bug, and what was Kabam's best content of the last 5 years. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the 9th of December edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News. I'm without a beard. Miss your beard. Also, just before getting into news, go and check out my second channel, RichTheMan 2, as I'll be doing a little mini-series on Funko Pop Advent Calendars, and then also we're doing live streams of Marvel Contest of Champions, so that's where to find me nowadays. And without further ado, let's get into the news. First bit of news starts with Otriux, who basically says that I have had this thought for a while, and I have decided that for now I won't leak the upcoming featured crystals 5-star and 6-star. This is due to Kabam changing champions in the crystal, which could possibly lower the value of the crystal that I post. So I'm going to avoid it. Obviously, for a lot of us, we understand the reasons why Otriux wouldn't post any of this stuff, and obviously data mine information can change. If he goes, right, I'm going to post this is what I know to be accurate, then it's a point when it goes live like, well, it's not. It's like, is there any value to post something that isn't correct? And that's something obviously that goes down to the integrity of Otriux for what he indeed posts on the platform. Either way, you know, I mean, for myself, I'm like, I'd like to know, but at the same time, obviously, you respect people's kind of wishes when it comes to these things. In other news / discussion, what are your thoughts on your most favourite pieces of content that Marvel Contest of Champions or Kabam have put into the game? I myself have two personal favourites, and that is the PIM canisters and the whole kind of like micro realm kind of event, mainly because the extent of you were able to grind out for PIM canisters and use them against Arena. And the great thing about this was that you were able to be quite strategic, and if people were going ham on the first week of a special Arena where you only used PIM canisters, then it's the case they were blowing out the reserves, so therefore the second week was going to be a lot lower. And sometimes it was kind of good because I think there was a third week they did with that, and it was actually a really fun event to kind of go, right, well, I've got these PIM canisters, I'm going to do this special arena this week, and it was like an extra arena you could just grind that in. So I absolutely love that. And also Rocket Scrapyard. Something I put in my spotlight on the forums was that it was Rocket Scrapyard, one of my favorites, actually the one I can remember. Was it 2017? I think that was in conjunction with the film. I think that was when that was, but I could be wrong. But I absolutely love that event. The idea that you could use your scrap to then go down and then kind of like choose a different path to go down and kind of grab it and then do I think a fight at the end of it, and you got whatever that was. And there was just so many rare things to pick up on, similar to like the Infinity Dust store, but it just seemed to be a little bit more fun to it. There was an extra bit of fun rather than it being a shop. You had a little kind of like path that you had to go down as like a little quest. It was brilliant. I'm not alone. It looks like a lot of you have favorites yourself. Obviously, people have gone for the symbiote, the little symbiote, Steve. There's loads of other ones like variants. People love them. There's Gwenpool Goes to the Movies, 1 million 2-star arena. That's a fun one. There's a few mildly funny entries, but if you want to legitimately like give some feedback and also like just start a kind of a cool discussion, then go to the link in the description down below. Next up, and tomorrow is the day. It's not the actual day. It's when it kicks off for the 5th anniversary. The 5th anniversary seems to tie into the 14th of December. That's always the date that I've known, especially when you look at Wikipedia and other things. 14th of December is always the anniversary. But it kicks off tomorrow. And what is going to happen? Well, the first thing up is the Hall of Heroes. Still not really much to kind of give you stuff, but it says that it's similar to like 4 chapters. And what I was thinking, like, is this going to be like we've had with those recon missions, the ones where you do like in Class Trip, where it's like 1 week, one unlocks, second week, another one unlocks, and so on. I mean, it doesn't really kind of give much information like that. I think it's just a complete playthrough. And it would be nice to kind of consider it being something on the lines of Gwenpool Goes to the Movies. But I doubt there is. I think there's probably going to be some element of difficulty to it. You're not going to be able to do this very easily. But I like the aspect of what it offers. And the rewards are gold, potions, revives, and more. So will this be something that will be interesting and fun? Is this going to be something with some kind of like big rewards content over the back of it? There are going to be like loads of things coming out this month that are going to reward players, as we're going to discuss in a moment. This year there's going to be a special anniversary gift, a bit of a change I think from last time, in that before it was all about the amount of time you've been playing the game. The difference is now it says this gift will be based on your campaign progression level. So if you're on the cusp, make sure you get there soon. So going uncollected, Cavalier, Conqueror, you know, you'll get something different to that. So it's a bit different. It's good. I mean, it means that last year I missed out on getting a 5-star Howard the Duck, and I said Venom the Duck, that would have been nice. But I think it was the case I only picked up a 4-star version, where I think some people picked up a 5-star. I could be wrong with that, but I know that it was very much dependent on how long you've been playing the game rather than your current progression level. Obviously, we're getting a new profile picture, and obviously it's going to go from a 4 to a 5, but the style of the 5, you know, it would be nice if it was kind of like a bit different, maybe a bit glamour, a bit glitz, you know, maybe platinum kind of. Maybe it could be diamantes, you know, a bit vajazzled or something. I don't know what they could do with it. Next up, and we'll be getting a 7-day anniversary calendar starting December 9th at 4 PM PST. You will get the opportunity throughout those 7 days to get crystal shards, potions, and rank up resources. There is a little bit of confusion with when this starts. And for people that may be kind of going December 9th in the kind of like European time zones, maybe different type of time zones, so I may be a bit confused about when this starts, because at the moment, for me, it's December 9th and it hasn't started. Well, what's the ruling behind this? So yeah, as you see in the picture here, it is a case that 4 PM actually turns out to be midnight on December 10th. So that really kind of gives you a bit of clarification there. For some countries, you might be kind of wondering why this isn't started, but this is the ruling as to why it hasn't started. So as of recording this video, you're going to have to, and say I post this about 12 midday, you're going to have to wait a further 12 hours for this to go live. The anniversary is great as well because you'll get the opportunity to get the anniversary boost, which basically means that if you like your arena grinding, I would recommend this is the best time of ever to just constantly grind out arena to utilize that 20% increase to gold, experience, and battle chips, mainly for those that are endgame players, gold and the battle chip side of things. And then as well, like when you're opening your gold and arena crystals, do them on that date because you'll take home more for your grind. I may make this into a separate video, but I'm sure you'll watch Marvel Contest of Champions news. Pulse Gold Crystal as well is going out, so you can get a chance to hopefully get yourself a gold pool, which, let's face it, has eluded my clutches. A lot of people have been very fortunate to get him. So yeah, go for it. But it doesn't look like it's going to stop there, with more things that will probably be coming on by the end of the year. We've also got a winter calendar, which normally happens, not to mention the fact that the gifting event may be something that they'll kind of announce and kind of look to a latter part of December, because obviously they've got to get their anniversary stuffs out of the way first. So yeah, lots of exciting things are still yet to come. Also, Frontline MCOC has got you covered when it comes to these events going live. It's also a great way to find out what's going on in the community, some helpful tips and tricks. So yeah, check it out here. We've got lots of information, especially when it's more than likely we are going to see back issues variant 4 going live, which will more likely be Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. Looking forward to that, I must admit. It would be nice to do another variant, get some lovely rank up gems. On to our next story, and something that you should know about, and something that we've talked about for a while, but doesn't seem to be like it's going anywhere, and that is the heal prevention Nick Fury bug of what seems to be a couple months ago. This was something that I posted and talked about back when it was New York Comic Con, and it was like identified that it was a bug and it was something that was going to be dealt with. But so far we've gone through a kind of month and a bit of no real update on this situation. The last thing mentioned was on November 26th when this was identified and put into the known issues and bugs of 25.0. But since then, we haven't really been given an update whether or not this will be addressed in a future update, especially saying the fact that this has changed somewhat from heal block to heal prevention. And for a lot of players that like using their Nick Fury, the dealings with life model decoy and how everything works out with that champion against Thanos in map 6 or maps that have heal prevention, this has been very frustrating. So hopefully there is a solution to this and this is dealt with soon, but I thought it was important just to kind of raise a concern that it would be nice to say this will be dealt with in the coming month's update at least. And now on to our final story, and that is arena predictions. All round 2 predictions are down below at the moment, and it's going to be based off of what you're going to see here. This player did 2.77 mil, and I think that is quite a good score to kind of benchmark off of. I think 2.8 or 2.9 at a push would be good enough to get Namor in the round 2. But do go back to Marvel Contest Champions Truecourse later on today for the full cutoffs of the scores. Mike picked up a Massacre for 6.1 mil. Now, my kind of thoughts on this is that he will probably go a lot lower. You'll probably see anything between 5.5 to 6 mil. But if you want to feel safe in getting the champion in round 2, then just go for 6 mil flat, and I'm sure that would be absolutely fine. Especially for the position that he got, it seems to balance out quite well there. And now onto the 5-star version. This player was able to pick up the rank 60 with 35.8 mil, which kind of implies that anything will be lower. I'm talking like going into late 20s, like 28, 29 maybe for this champion. But we'll have to see. Go back to Marvel Contest Champions Truecourse later on for the full cutoffs, and I'll give you an information of where to kind of shoot for that. But I feel that 30 mil may be safe for this. But let's face it, with the way this is position 60, more than likely it's going to be something like 25. But we'll have to see later on that. And the 3-star version, normally about 800k is fine for anything when it comes to this. There we have it, guys. That has been Marvel Contest of Champions news for the 9th of December 2019. Check out some other content here and some other content here. There may be a lot of information dropping in the next 24 hours. I'm not 100% sure. We still got full details of Variant 4 to be dropped. Maybe some more stuff for this kind of gifting event, the 5th anniversary. So much stuff is still yet to be dropped within the community. So you could see another video from me, maybe another couple of videos. Who knows? But thanks very much for the support. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.